When China and the US work together, it can have a global impact, like the historic climate change deal inked last November in Beijing. And as the visit by President Xi is in full swing, both US and Chinese officials see more potential.
We can take our partnership global. We do share this responsibility.
Aside from this global responsibility, when national interests are at stake, however, there are tensions. China maintains the US is trying to insert itself into South China Sea sovereignty disputes in support of its allies, and Beijing continues to warn the US about close-in reconnaissance flights off the Chinese coast. The US accuses Chinese interests of industrial cyber espionage and has threatened sanctions, and both sides complain about the lack of access to each other's economy. The disputes have led scholars in Beijing and Washington to talk of a potential tipping point in relations.
I think one of the significant change maybe is the perception. In both sides, both countries, there's quite some people, their perceptions to the other country has experienced some quite significant change.
Differences between nations, of course, are normal, but given the unique interdependence between the US and China, managing and understanding those differences are a constant focus for both sides.
The distrust is a major issue between the two sides. It's not so easy to change it. But I hope that the leaders of both sides could make efforts to trying to helping the other side to better understand their policies.
Both Beijing and Washington have spent a lot of effort recently in managing their differences. Increased military-to-military contact, for example, has actually led to a decrease in tensions in the East and South China Seas. And it's hoped on this trip there'll be rules of the road established for cybersecurity and also greater cooperation when it comes to managing the global economy. Both sides say that when it comes to disagreements, they actually agree that working together is the only way forward. Nathan King, CCTV, Washington.